great session from Andrew and Steve there. We are now going to transition to some local customers because I know we at Oracle like to talk about what we're doing because we're very excited about what we're doing. But we want to make sure that you hear it directly from the customers themselves. Now, for those of you that came through Dubai Airport on your way here this week, you might have seen this lovely picture here. This is the beginning of our new marketing campaign around you, our customers, telling your stories. This is Certified Origins, an Italian olive oil company who use our blockchain as a service capability to be able to authentically track every element of the supply chain when delivering their olive oil. So right now I'm going to introduce you to 3 local customers. I myself have just moved to Dubai, so I can now call it home. And a couple of them are based here in Dubai and one from Saudi. And we're going to have a chat about the business challenges they're facing. I have a CIO, a CFO, and a Vice Dean of IT e-Services for one of Saudi's oldest universities. We're going to be talking about the challenges they're facing, how they're using our technology to address them, and perhaps they'll have some advice for all of you if you're going through your own digital transformations. So with that, let me please welcome my panel to the stage. Gentlemen, come on up. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you, gentlemen. And Dr. عاطف, please tell us a little bit about Al-Qura University and your role there.
Certainly. I'm the Vice Dean of IT for e-Services, which means that I'm responsible for all applications and softwares in the university. Al-Qura University is one of the biggest universities in the region. We are located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. We have campuses in more than 5 cities across the west coast of Saudi Arabia. We have more than 100,000 students on those campuses.
That's huge.
It is huge, with more than 8,000 faculty members and staff. We are working to automate all our processes with a big partnership actually with Oracle on this stuff. We have done so much and we're going with dramatic change actually in 2019 in this time.
Fantastic. And I think you're driving towards being a paperless institution, a bit like Dubai wants to be a paperless government. You want to be a paperless institution, is that right?
It is actually. We are planning to be a paperless institution by next year, by 2020. That means all operations and processes can be done throughout e-services, either through portal or mobile apps, from anywhere without the need to visit any office in the university. Students or faculties only need to attend their lectures on campus.
That's fantastic. Let's continue with you for a second, Dr. عاطف, because you are one of our early adopters of autonomous data warehouse that we were just talking about. Do you want to tell us a bit about how you're using it at the university and what problem you were trying to solve?
Certainly. For any big institution, data is a major factor. This is the age of data. We are talking about, as the keynote was saying, Dr. Rahman was saying that in 2019 they're expecting more data than the previous 5,000 years. That means for the top management to make decisions, they mean accurate, instant data. As a university, we have several sources of data. We are using Autonomous to create a single source of truth, which we will base our BI system, analytics, KPIs, and reporting system, and decision support system on. We will data sync or upload all our data, measured data on Autonomous, and use its capability to create the analytics for the top management. Fantastic. And actually, when speaking of top management, I'm not talking about a handful of people in their office. We have the rector, the vice rectors, but as a university, we have also colleges. Right. We have deans, we have vice deans, we have head of departments, we have the administrative departments. So we are roughly talking about 300 to 400 people.
Yeah, wow.
They need customized reports
and dashboards right now, I can imagine.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for that. Dr. عاطف, what about new things? So you've been doing a lot with analytics at the university and providing those reports. You're also trying to revolutionize student services, aren't you, in terms of signing up for courses, learning about your grades. Are there new technologies you're looking at there, or how are you trying to innovate in that area?
Yes, we are trying to adopt new technologies, new ideas to enhance the life on campus, also the experience of the students. So for example, we are planning in the near future to start using artificial intelligence for scheduling. We are trying to get our faculty members and students as much satisfied as we can with their time scheduling. Right. We're trying to adopt other things to enhance their life on campus, like for example, using augmented reality for campus tours or indoor guidance. Usually in campus you get acquainted with one or two buildings, then you get a lecture the other edge of the campus, or even in another campus that you have no idea where to go.
Right.
So things like augmented reality will make will make it really easy for students or even for visitors to go to venues where events are held.
That's a great idea.
We are trying to use also IoT in campus. And instead of the lecturer or instructor to take the attendance of the students manually, they can be registered immediately as they walk through the door.
Right.
We are trying to use it to enhance the use of buildings, to save energy in building. So we are planning big things with those technologies.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, one of the topics we were talking about earlier, which I think is really interesting and is something we're all facing on a day-to-day basis, is how we get our teams ready and skills. And Sebastian was saying, for example, we were having a chat earlier, and he was saying that he's been 25 years in the industry, but really it's kind of like only 5 years of experience because everything changes so fast. So we're all, defunct before we even get there. And trying to get our teams ready. And I know, عاطف, you've got a lot of, very smart people at the university. You're trying to use them in some of your projects. Do you both want to talk a bit about the talent challenge and skills now we're trying to move to the cloud?
Yes. As for the teams that are already working on the IT, you need to keep them relatives, keep them in touch with the market, with the new technology, to go out and attend events like this to see what's going on in the world, to go to training, get some training on the new techniques. But it's also, as a university, we need to focus also on our students. We need to teach them things like this. We need to work to renew our curriculums every few years. As a computer college, it's difficult to keep up. We need to completely renew our curriculum every 5 years, for example, because as Sebastian was saying, the world is changing. It's 5-year experience, whatever before that was written off.
Right.
So we need to change to keep students interested in new technologies. I have students who are currently developing, for example, virtual reality games. They're doing something like an escape room game with virtual reality.
This is a group of your female students.
They are a group of female students, exactly. They're developing a game where a little girl loses her brother and she tries to find him. She finds herself in an office. She finds clues to open this office. Then she transported in time to a different location. And it's all in virtual reality, a new trend in technology. Yeah. So it is very important to keep young talent, young students interested in those technology, because they are the people, they will lead the change in the near future.
And you made a really interesting point, I thought, and it couldn't be more stark in the university world, this kind of change of role, where it used to be the professor knew everything and the student was learning. But what you're finding, of course, is that's sort of reversing, and I think there's some of that in our own businesses as well.
It is actually changing. For example, for this group of students, of girls, I've never worked virtual reality before. It's their decision to go with it. It's their project. I'm only overseeing the whole process. I still don't know how they develop it. So they are coming actually with new ideas. They ask me how I think about it. But it is, as you exactly say, the rule has changed. It's not that I only stand up on a podium and give them a lecture and give them some information. Right. It's an active learning. I need to give them also only what they should learn and then guide them towards the direction.
Absolutely. Dr. عاطف, last word to you. Any advice to the audience? You're sort of leading a massive transformation at the university.
Yes, actually, my advice is that change is always scary, but don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Take chances with the new technology. It is always rewarding. No one wants to fall behind and catch up with new technology after it's big, because there will be already a new thing on market.
Yeah.
So embrace new technologies, embrace new ideas, you will be rewarded for it.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Please join me in thanking my wonderful panel. Thank you.